Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Plinking, and this video is right up my alley because it is over one of my favorite subjects. Well, not only long range, but when I'm going to shoot long range with semi-auto, something out of a AR platform 556, certainly the Mark 12s, among some of my favorite guns ever. I also like economic builds. I've mentioned how much I like Palmetto State Army in the past, so we're morphing a few things here. And there's something actually by my feet that I am not going to put in the title or thumbnail, so it's a little extra that you guys will see. And I think I'm going to show it off quite a bit in this video as well. But let's talk about what's on the table first. This is a Mark 12 Mod S. S for Sabre from Palmetto State Armory. So it's kind of a their own take on a Mark 12, which I kind of like about it. In fact, before this gun ever came out, I made a video on why Mark 12s are so great with a buddy of mine who has a Mod 1 built out. And at the end of the video, I said you can go ahead and kind of take inspiration from these Mark 12s, Mod O, Mod 1, and Mod H. If that doesn't make any sense, so you could go watch that Mark 12 video. You could take the inspiration from that and then build your own with some of the same principles and call it the Mod, whatever your initials are. But a Mark 12 is an accurized AR-15 that served in the military. The Mod O, 1, and then the Mod H came later. The Mod O and the Mod 1 had 18-inch Douglas barrels with the AE M5 suppressor made for it. A lot of specialty going on there. These are rifles that came to fruition in the early 2000s and had a lot of service. And it was really, honestly, without the Mark 12, I don't think we'd really have the AR-15 we have today. It was the first that really accurized the AR-15 by introducing a free float barrel and handguard system, a heavier contour barrel, all that good stuff. In fact, it stood the test of time to where all you need to do is get an old Mark 12, run that same suppressor, and honestly put modern glass, I would say. Otherwise, what I'm saying is the Mark 12 of the military from years ago is still great today. But some demands have changed. So the Mod H was practically that same gun, but with a collapsible buffer tube and a 16-inch barrel. So it got condensed down quite a bit, but it remained this very, very accurate rifle. And in fact, I made a video nearly a year ago about, I think it was titled My Favorite AR-15 I Own, the dual rifle, and it was a PRI Mod H. This is a pretty similar thing, but it's the Mod S. What changed? Palmetto State thought it'd be cool to shorten it even more. This is rocking a 14.5-inch barrel, but I didn't go through the SBR process before the ATF listens with a keen eye. It's got a Huxworks muzzle device that's been pin and welded from the factory from Palmetto State Armory. So the overall length of the barrel is that 16.1 or whatever. It's longer than 16 inches. And no worries about the overall length too, because it's still an AR-15. So this is a rifle, not a short-barreled rifle. And Palmetto State actually options that with other things too. If you have a suppressor, they probably already have a pin and weld version with that specific muzzle device. I think they even go down to 13.7 pin and welds if the muzzle devices are long enough to get it to that 16-inch length. All right, with the legality out of the way, that's the big one. It's a collapsible stock, so nice and condensed with a 14.5-inch barrel. And I'm rocking, in, like I said, the Huxworks or OSS muzzle device pin and welded, so I can use my OSS HX-556Ti. It's a titanium flow-through suppressor. And you know what? I shot it about maybe 25 rounds off camera just for fun into zero and get a group. And damn, this thing's sweet. Nice condensed AR, but behind the gun, it feels like a precision rifle. Really low recoil impulse. I'm not getting gassed out either. Comes with a Radian Raptor charging handle. You could put a PRI gas buster to get that even better, but there we go. They also, Palmetto State makes a Mod O clone as well. So it's the Palmetto State receiver set. They put a nice trigger in it. It's a 2-stage. B5 furniture, trigger guard as well, out of the box. This is not a clone handguard. This is actually from PRI. It's a carbon fiber handguard. And so a lot of people will think the $1,450 to $1,500 for this rifle is expensive, but just know they were at the helm of PRI's pricing as well, because they're using PRI parts, and these carbon fiber handguards are not cheap, but they went ahead and used them. So that's pretty cool. They're not cloning that out. Great barrel, 1-in-7 twist, carries the heavy stuff well. And so, yeah, there we go. Adjustable gas block as well. Haven't tinkered with it out of the box with this flow through. It's just running great. Recoil is just so manageable as you would expect as 5.56, but it's just, I don't know. I just came off shooting a 308 and 338 for a previous video. Maybe that's why I'm desensitized, but it feels like a little 22 trainer. Atlas bipod, and then for glass, splurged quite a bit here. I know it's a PSA and it's kind of fairly economic, but went nuts with the optic. This is a Razor HD Gen 3 from Vortex. It's a 1:10 by 24. Pretty darn cool. It's the same optic I put on my favorite AR-15, the Mod H from PRI. So I didn't want to think. I removed thought, and I'm like, let me just put that same optic on here because I love it. Low power variable. It's a 14.5-inch barreled AR-15 with the LPVO. So really short range stuff, it could do it. And then, you know, set it down with suppressor, 10X, and maybe we could get to some long range. all I've done so far is shoot at 100 yards, zeroed it very, very quickly, nice and painless process. And by the way, as far as ammo, I used AAC branded stuff because this is Palmetto State's, you know, subline or whatever you can find on PSA. And this is not their bullet though, it's a 77 grain Sierra Match King bullet loaded by PSA, or AAC rather, American Ammunition Company, and it performed pretty darn well. So I'll go ahead and get some close-ups in a second, but I still haven't measured it out. Here's the annoying part. I put 3 rounds really, really tight, and then my target fell over, and I wasn't too happy about that. And then the next 2 rounds came after that. But nonetheless, with that said, let's measure it out here. Oh, is that? Oh, dang. Okay, I thought that was me 1 MOA. It is just a tick over an inch with a pretty fast succession of firing with some winds. I'm happy with that though. That is like less than 1 1/4 for sure. 1 1/8 of an inch. My only group I did with it, by the way. And the 3 rounds before then were like 1/2 inch. So I got interrupted, but whatever. So I think it's going to be pretty darn accurate. Now, there's some other groupings here I want to show you, because let me show you the polar opposite of what this is. This is a Mk12 Mod S, so not a real Mk12 for all the clonists out there. So check this out. This was a little passion project that took a while to come together, but I finally have my own clone of a Mk12 Mod 1. I have an O, that's not clone correct. I have an H, not clone correct. But this is a Mod 1, and it's maybe 90% clone correct. So this video is mostly about the Mod S from PSA, but I thought I'd put this here as a total polar opposite. What wink wink Mk12 is today, and kind of what it was way, way long ago. So we're representing clone correct, you know, targeting that, and maybe what this lacks and what it can do. And then if you just kind of go with no rules and make something that's inspired by the greatness of a Mk12, but with all the things available today. Flow through suppressor, 1 to 10 from Vortex, a much shorter barrel, all that stuff. This is a Leupold Mark IV, I forgot all the ins and outs of it, but it says Mk12 Mod 1 on the top turret, and it says 556, 77 grain, 1 click, 1/2 minute. Second focal plane, it's a, I think this is a 3 to 8, no, I'm sorry, 2.5 to 8, so pretty narrow zoom range. It only goes to 8 power. It is a second focal plane, so as I zoom in, the reticle doesn't move, and the reticle's in mil dots, but the turrets are in MOA. And that's annoying, and that's just how scopes were back in the day. Marksman had to do a lot more math, certainly, so it's archaic. I'm not a fan of the optic, I'm just gonna be honest with you, and I spent so much money on it just to get it clone correct, but it looks right, it's cool. But at the same time, when I say I'm not a fan of it, it's like not being a fan of the amenities of a Shelby Cobra, all right? But you drive it just to kind of feel like what it was back in the day, I guess. This is like a resto mod, a lot of new components, some old components, and it's all together with the Arms 22 high rings. So it's like looking through a rifle from the early 2000s, and it feels it. However, performance-wise, damn well. So we shot, by we, it's just me out here, I don't know what I'm talking about. Black Hills, civilian loading, black and red box, 77 grain, OTM, so open tip match. 5 rounds of that was, 4 of them were like on each other, but 1 flyer. With the flyer, we are at 1 inch, right on the dot. Damn, without that flyer though, let me see this. Less than 1/2 inch. Damn. This is just, I don't know. I was gonna make a full video on this, but I just want to show it off so bad. So it will be showcased in this video, but we're gonna mostly talk about the PSA Mk12 Mod S. And rather than build suspense, let's just jump right to 770 yards and just see what the hell happens. You know what, guys? I know I said I was gonna shoot 770, but I lied. Forget all of that. I got 950 yards, so let's just start there. I took a good look at the 770 yard berm, and honestly, I think it's gonna be kind of tough just because it's overgrown, so it would have been hard to see the misses. Whereas 950 is hard because it's a 14.5 inch barrel 556 at 950, but when I miss, there's a lot more to see splash, so 950 yards it is. With an LPVO, 14.5 inch 556. Let's do it. I'm gonna go for that white silhouette on the top there. And before I even do that, I gotta show y'all a picture of what I'm seeing. I'm trying to show it as best I can, but it's not really focusing, but give you a little perspective maybe. All right, let's just start off with that white silhouette up top there. Let's do it. That takes a while to get there. Looks like it's high left of it. Let's see if it's even worth dialing. I'm going to hold the same spot. Left. All right. Just going to hold it. Ooh, barely right. That's not bad. That didn't take too long. That's not bad. Let's see if I can remember that hold. The wind's kicking up. Oh, that's my bad. That's about where it should have landed. I thought I read the wind better than that. Same thing. Not bad. We had 3 in a row there. It's going left now. Second to last one I know was a hit. It was faint. That last one I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything either. I thought I saw it move, but maybe I'm being optimistic. Now load up some more here. What I think is cool though is the spread is not offensively bad. It's actually mostly windage, and most of that was my misread on the wind. Elevation, spread, pretty tight. I mean, 950 doesn't feel like a joke. It's actually definitely within range. I mean, again, 14.5-inch barrel. AR-15, if I didn't say that enough. So, and an LPVO. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Got some more rounds loaded through here, so let's see what happens. Try to end on a good note there, but man, what a string of fire. I mean, wind started changing quite a bit during that string of fire, but I mean, it is not like we're just lobbing bullets for fun. I mean, it's actually effective, and I think on a better day, I don't even know, I'm not even gonna make the excuse of breaking. I mean, on paper, it's pretty great too. So, I mean, it's a shooter. Holy hell, it's a shooter. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna buy a 14.5-inch barrel Mark 12 to shoot at 950 yards. I'm assuming you're gonna try to buy one of these to be the king of anything, you know, 700 and in. And based off what it's doing on 950, I think it's more than capable of that. All right, well, there's that. Kind of a quick video on that. We're not quite done. We're gonna bust out the Mark 12 Mod 1 here, but this was more so a quick look just to see if, you know, hype is real. And I think it's pretty sweet. I mean, just another Mark 12 offering, this time from PSA. So I didn't really see that coming, and I didn't see that performance coming either. So I'm about it. All right, that's cool. Let's throw the Centurion Arms Mark 12 Mod 1 on the table. And here is where I'm just gonna gripe about older glass. Clone Correct is cool for the aesthetics and everything, but already I'm at 950 yards, and I'm maxed out on the elevation. That just happens because of a 30mm tube diameter rather than 34mm tube like modern glass, like even the 1-10 has. So ran out of clicks there. So now I ran out of my MOA. Now I'm having to hold over in mils and I'm maxed out at 8 power, and that's not a whole lot of magnification. So it's just funny. These aren't excuses. We're out here for fun. It's just funny how much better scopes have gotten. And I paid like $2 grand for this thing. So it's funny. Worth it as far as getting, you know, the clone correctness and whatnot. But as far as performance, man, there's some better stuff out there. So I'm having to hold over some weird stuff, but we'll get it done. Shooting with the Black Hills ammo. Silhouette. I don't know where that went. Ooh, all right. 1, 2, 3. We'll hold 1.5 for wind. We're dancing around there. There we go. At least I could say I got a hit. We'll keep it going. Oh, dude, this gun's accurate. It is so tough with this scope. 8 power with holding over. Really, really odd there. Damn, because on paper this thing is as accurate, if not a little bit more accurate than the PSA, at least the quick test I did. But it is all down to the optic, man. Neither of these optics today are specifically made for long range shooting, but this is tough. I think, I mean, because even the turrets themselves have markings for, you know, range of meters calibrated for this specific gun and this load. So this is really meant to be a combat optic. I don't think too many people were trying to take lives at 950 yards with this thing. Maybe a few did, but I mean, this thing's supposed to be king of, you know, 650, 750 and in for sure. And it'll do that repetitively. But this thing can shoot 950 for sure. Just that optic is making it tough, but you know, someone better than me can do it. But got a couple hits. That was supposed to be cool. Well, guys, there it is. Now with the bipod off, suppressor's probably too hot to touch. All right, should have thought about that. Anyway, for what it is, not quite made to be a precision rifle, but it's kind of a dual rifle in its own right. Close range, missed one there, but that to 950, 14.5 inch, the weight's not bad whatsoever. I'm a fan of it. So I thought it'd be kind of cool. I was gonna make a video mostly on this. Why not feature the Mod 1, because I put too much money into it, so had to justify it. So nonetheless though, probably a quick pace video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.